Wesley, it's been a long time, man. I haven't had you in front of me since I haven't had the date here. You ready? You're not going to believe it. April 7th.
That is a little hard to believe. Yeah.
7 weeks ago.
That's I wouldn't have. I would have guessed 5.5.
Give or take.
Doesn't seem more than 6.5 to me.
Right. That's right. 7 weeks. My God.
That
couldn't be more than 45 days.
So coincidentally, you would think the time would pass more slowly. That it, would seem like ages.
It
weirdly doesn't.
It doesn't, and that's actually an interesting point that hasn't been brought up that often. Is I don't know about you guys, but these last couple of months have just zipped. But I can't believe how much time has passed.
Yeah, which is contrary to what you would think. I mean, if somebody told you were going to be locked up for a couple of months, you would think it would drag ass. And
well, it was like the jail time, really, man. I got out of jail. I got out of jail and rehab and whatever after the 18 months or whatever it was, and it was like it never happened. My memory still said I'd been at Sudsy's the week before.
No one had ever been more at home in jail.
Right. That may well be. I made
you found you found your place.
Your niche.
My niche. If we're gonna talk jail, you got to say niche.
That would be more jail-like. That'd be better jail.
That's right. The only place on the planet where chess is a physical contest.
Yikes.
Randy, do me a favor. Introduce yourself for the listeners at home. Say who you are, what you do, and where you are.
Oh, my name is Randy Cheek. I'm a hippie cult leader. I live in East Walnut Hills. I'm outside. You're going to be able to hear ninja bike riders zooming by.
Yeah.
Some young white couples walking gigantic dogs until they have children of their own. I live right by Eden Park, so a lot of walk by. That's about it.
You're not that far from me. I'm literally just a few blocks up from O'Brienville.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Wes, even though you were here before, it's been, almost
7 weeks.
Yeah.
Wesley Pence in Newport, Kentucky. The lovely south side of the river.
Right on.
Happy to be back.
Happy to have you. I still can't believe you missed the Spoon reunion with Stardust.
Yeah, sorry.
So,
I think that was like on a Friday. If I recall, that was a Friday, and it was
a Friday. It was a movie night. There was some family stuff, and
there was a point I knew about it, and then a point that it was completely.
Wait, didn't you tell me you hated Stardust, and the whole reason was you were trying to avoid Stardust?
That's right.
You hated him, and
damn you, Randy!
If you ever saw him,
bastard. Yeah, that's true. Now that it's out. I'm going to go ahead and I'll go ahead and cop to that. Yet, Stardust, if you're listening, I fucking hate you.
He's a dead man. Is what I heard. The dead man.
Are you aware that it's Stardust's birthday?
No. Happy birthday, Stardust.
Oh, happy birthday, Stardust. Still a fucking dead man.
Right. Still dead. All right. Congratulations, fuckface. It's your last.
Yeah. Make the most. Live your best life.
Mm. Didn't we drunkenly discuss the possibility of fisticuffs with Stardust and I at your 50th?
Oh, sure. Yeah, but I think many times probably.
Not
so many times that there seemed to be, that if anything was going to happen, that would be it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to host that event.
Are you going to do a pay-per-view kind of thing?
Sure, I'll put that on.
I plan on throwing the fight.
You got to get down to your mid-season form. Got to get down to your fighting weight.
That means I got to stop doing this. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. That's been the only real downside of this thing is I'm gaining weight like it's a job. I'm gaining.
I actually lost a bunch, but I'm somehow fatter.
That help me with the.
I can't look. Look. Here's the thing. So, right?
Dear God,
right?
Dear
right?
God,
right?
My screen.
Right?
And now,
right? But see, I'm fully capable of understanding the direct correlation between increased consumption of these products and the baby I'm carrying. But but somehow, I mean, I weighed like 225 back in January, and now I'm what seems to be visibly anyway a robust 205.
What?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me either. Maybe my ankles have maybe
you've lost all muscle mass entirely. So
that's what it is. There's
your
no
arms
muscle.
is very good.
Yeah, they say muscle is it's all muscle, I'm sure.
Yeah,
That's
muscle's
exactly-
the heavier. That's the
I
heavier.
just traded it all in for cellulite. God bless America. How are things going,
and
boys?
your love child, the weight of your love child.
Yes, the weight of my love child. Well, that's why I do all these things sitting down. That'll be the first and last time anybody sees me display the beer baby.
Beer baby.
You got scotch going there, Pence, or is it red wine out of a
Little red
tumbler?
wine, yeah.
Out of a
Little red
tumbler.
wine. Yeah,
Oh,
little
I'm
red wine.
drinking it. But I have Hawaiian punch. A nice Hawaiian punch.
Nice wine punch.
It's got pure window pane acid in it.
I was just gonna say pure
I
grain
can't really
alcohol,
comment to the purity of it,
we'll let
but
you know.
my hands have become transparent.
That's awesome. Just do me a favor, don't hold them in front of the camera.
I don't have a camera. I'm talking to a potato.
Right on. Right, wait, we've already covered that. Stick a fork in it. It's done.
Exactly.
Oh my God. But how are things going? I mean, everybody seems pretty cheery. I mean, I can't speak for you guys. I've been very fortunate. Wes, you seemed very fortunate in April. You seem none the worse for wear over the time period.
Yeah,
How's
well,
it been?
Randy can attest to it, but it's not that big of a change. It's not that big of a change for me. I kind of like to dwell in the basement, do my thing. Only go out when I have to. So this is kind of more,
Well, I mean, you used to make a point of shuttle into Hillsborough at least a few times a week, right?
Yeah, but that hasn't been as necessary because we've got really, some really good manager running it now. So I can kind of run my, and also the way this technology is developed, I don't, I can, back in the day, this wasn't possible.
Right?
Yeah.
Neither was this.
Exactly.
Oh!
Had to grab my ass up there.
The last time we talked, if I recall correctly, you still had your staff. You were paying your people. You were still doing stuff.
Still are, yeah, really. No change. We were really lucky through this whole thing. Kind of part of the business was down for a couple of weeks, if that. The other part was all essential and ran throughout. And that part of the state just kind of dodged everything. We really haven't had any health issues with anybody. So
you guys are remote enough.
A little surprised how how busy some of my customers and stuff have been with keeping. I guess just trying to keep kicking the ball down the road, having these infernal conference calls, really about nothing. Really.
Right?
They
soul crushing conference calls.
Yeah, they just go on indefinitely, and they dream up some exercise. And hey, it would really help us if you could get me this data and all that. I'm like,
what the fuck
at
for?
the end of the week, they turn in this data, and so they look like they've done something productive and important. And all they've really done is lean on their vendors.
Yeah, like you,
like me,
right?
It's like me and Randy.
Well, Randy, I mean, as a hippie cult leader, I mean, have the last couple months been any different, really, for you either?
Yeah,
him claiming the hippie cult
the
leader.
hippies they all left me.
Oh.
All by myself. The hippies left. There was something about a comet approaching the Earth.
Oh.
Getting on the spaceship that was in the tail of the comet.
Yeah, I had to buy 2 track suits and some tennis shoes.
I had taken some Xanax. I was nervous. I took some Xanax and washed it down with some wine. And
next thing you know,
I guess I slept through the whole thing, and I'm the only one left. I can only assume that I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows? Well, we might have to reconsider the title then.
How so?
Well, I mean, hippie cult leader implies that there is, in fact,
a cult
to lead. Yes, right.
Yeah, that's you're right.
Really,
I'm a non-essential hippie cult leader.
Right. I thought maybe you might elevate your staff to hermit of some type.
Oh yeah, you're right. Maybe that might be what I'll do. Yeah, let's say that then.
Guru
hermit.
You're a hermit. And what I'm going to put a graphic up with your address so people can come and question you on the secrets of life.
Yeah, I'm a practicing shaman as well.
Right.
Guru, hermit, shaman.
Right.
I mean, that's working.
You would assume people would just know that I'm a shaman or shaman.
Shaman.
Because guru kind of implies that, but people are stupid.
Well,
It helps with the whole hippie cult leader thing. I can't lie.
Right. Oh, without a doubt. I mean, just
Yeah.
a small grain of a good idea that you could force somebody else to think so.
Yeah, I should have run for president.
Shit. Right.
Damn right.
I mean,
Oh well.
I mean, I honestly can't think of any one of my friends that would have been a more unlikely nominee candidate and then president than what we have now. But
Yeah, that's for real.
here we are. So that
Yeah.
you kind of broached the subject a little earlier than I'd hoped. The people
Oh.
the people are stupid.
Yeah. No, we don't have to. We don't have to. I mean, everybody knows. Everybody knows.
Well, I mean, I don't know about you guys. I mean, I've been very fortunate. I'm still working, and I work in a company that prides itself on positive energy and. I mean, I don't mean that in like the crystal sense or anything like that.
And you're still with this organization.
Yes, somehow. Yes, somehow. And it's not like mystical or anything. My boss is an ultra conservative right wing guy with the heart of gold, and he's spent this entire time trying to convince all of us that it's way overblown, way overhyped, and now it's all over. It's all over. And I mean, I still have a job. Things are still going well. I mean, so I kind of smile and go,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's all over. I don't know. What do you guys think?
The states that have opened up the most seem to be the ones with the rising, the fastest rising.
That's fake news, Wes.
Right,
Fake
right.
news.
You can't believe these numbers. It's a hoax. It's a conspiracy.
Yes.
Somehow the Democrats of this country, in an effort to make Trump look bad, have convinced every single country in the world to misreport information on this disease.
Yeah, their data. Yeah, it's
And
Or
his
no,
supporters-
actually,
His
yeah.
supporters are willing to die. The supporters are willing to die for it. Some fake disease.
They're
They
eager to
convince
die.
themselves they're dying.
True.
That's a fucked up situation. I just found out yesterday. My mother is back in a nursing/rehab facility.
Shit.
So yeah,
Oh,
she
man.
got out
Yeah.
of one just before this happened, and I was like, or just as it was happening, you couldn't go visit her. And she got out, and I was like, oh, thank God. Well, now
Right.
It was a managed care thing before, right? Where they brought her stuff and checked on her, right?
Yeah, but it
last
sounded like it was way more what the care usually is. It was almost like they would open the door a crack and slide some food in and run away.
Like jail.
Like jail.
Right.
It's what you want for your loved ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, she's allergic to gravity or something because, or she's
Wait,
lost
what?
her. She's either allergic to gravity or doesn't understand how it works anymore. And she falls a lot and has started using her head as like the stopper.
Yeah, that's not an aversion to gravity. That's her inner ear deciding for her that it doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's her inner something.
Yeah. Well, that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's distressing, but what are you gonna do?
Soldier on, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is I mean, apparently we're all in kind of agreement that things are kind of nuts and they're not going to get better. I think that things are going to be kind of rough.
It's entertaining. I'll say that.
Shit. I mean, minus the death part. Is that what you said?
Well, no. Well, prior to and including or excluding that, I mean, it's been an entertaining administration.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. I suppose.
Yeah, like a bad TV show.
Last half.
I hated his fucking TV show.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ! I could at least avoid that.
I mean, they created this. He was, I think, bankrupt when they put him on that thing.
Yeah.
I really don't think he wanted to be
Russians.
president. I think it was just a ploy to get him back in the public eye, and then he would transition from his failing, whatever that show was called, Who's the Boss or whatever.
Yeah, that was it. That was
It
right.
was him and Scott
Tony
Baio.
Danza.
Him and Scott
Right.
Baio raping children every week.
Scott
right?
Baio. Yep.
Yeah.
Did you say raping children every week?
Yeah, that was the.
I missed that one.
Yeah, they don't show it as often as they should.
That was the.
Well, it doesn't work out. It doesn't work out well on Nick at Night.
No, I think it's on the Charlie Sheen network only at this point.
Right. If there was a Charlie Sheen network, I have no doubt in my mind that it would be amongst the more popular.
Oh yeah, and it would be called Tiger's Blood.
I want you to Tiger's
Tiger
Blood
Blood
is
TV.
yeah,
Yeah.
Tigers. That's and I want you to know that despite all the mystical connotations, all that is a real popular flavor with 11-year-olds at a snow cone stand.
I bet it is, probably.
Is that true?
It is. It's like cherry and raspberry mix. It's called Tiger's Blood.
Unaware of that.
Son of a
Oh, Pence, you have children that are right in this wheelhouse. Have you never
They're not
taken your children for a
Tiger's
snow?
Blood drinkers, I guess.
No. What do? They just go? Come on, your children are smart and creative. They don't roll up to the snowy stand and go blue.
No, they go suicide and
okay, like, everything. Okay, all right. All bets are off. You got it. Just, they don't have to know the names of the shit. Just put it all.
I don't think Wes, do you have an ice cream truck in your neighborhood?
Well, the one that I drive on weekends with the
the unmarked van.
Not the abduction truck.
It's not an official ice cream truck, if that's what you mean.
Right. Yeah, it's
there
more of a hobby.
Yeah, there are in fact dairy products.
I play that jingly music and stuff loudly.
Huh.
It's an avocation.
An avocation, really? To drive an unmarked van around with no dairy products in it, playing ice cream truck music.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is gonna be
fun.
I want to thank you guys. This is already the most degenerate episode I've done.
Well, figured.
Like you didn't expect that.
I was hoping, but I had no expectations. I had no expectations whatsoever. I was actually thinking we'd have to wait till dark for you to appear, Pence.
It does get kind of burns, but so far so good.
Yeah, you're doing all right. You look about the same as you did when the light was from a fire pit. So how many states, Pence, did you say? How many are having increases? All the ones that opened early?
Oh, yeah, I read there was some stuff in the New York Times today. I think.
The New York Times, never mind.
Alabama, the beaches are open while Montgomery has, like, their hospitals are full, and I think they're at a 50% per day.
That's just what the Democrats are saying.
And you can sort of chart, I guess that southeast rather corridor. It seems like Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama. I think Louisiana's still struggling a little bit, but I'm not a good source for this kind of stuff because I already what I read this morning.
I've just been kind of looking at numbers based on one little counter thing that I trust because it's a university thing. Yeah. And I try not to watch
Hopkins.
Something. I don't remember. I can pull it up and figure it out. It doesn't really matter. Because the news, it's just like, I don't know. It's all the same. And I don't think any of the context is I don't think people are getting any of the context. The numbers are so big right now. Right. And they're changing at such a steady pace that nobody's noticing anything. The thing that kills me about it, and I've said this a million times, is if I've said it once, is that the excuse to open things back up, or I'm sorry, the rationale, even though I fully understand the importance of the economy and so on and so forth, but the rationale is that the numbers have stabilized in most places. I mean, everybody threw out the decline for 14 days in order to do stuff right out of the gate. Mm-hmm. But the thing that kills me is that everything stabilized because we all did the shelter in place thing and because we kind of shut down these circumstances. Right. And so, and now the thought process is, well, great, we can stop doing that now.
Yeah, it's a little counterintuitive for sure. Mm-hmm. And I think New York, because they, took off with such huge rates right out of the gate, when theirs started to stabilize, I think it gave everybody this impression that we were kind of on that same timeline when they were weeks ahead of the rest of us. Yeah. I think that as New York kind of came out of the full horror of their crisis mode, it kind of gave a lot of people, I think, in the central states the impression that it's already leveled off.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Well, what do you guys think about the thought process where it's affecting such a small fraction of the world's population that we're freaking out about nothing? The bird song was a great little accent to that.
That was nice.
Randy called that into being. He used his guru powers to bring sound effects in from the wildlife in the neighborhood.
He's going to have one land right on his head in a minute.
That would be unbelievable. And it'll sing a song.
I'm waiting for my falcon to bring back dinner.
Where did you send it? Where are you getting carry out from tonight?
Taco Casa.
Oh, nice. Are you getting the salad? That's what I always get.
Yeah, taco salad, yeah.
Yep.
I would get the boat. I would like the Sancho boat, but that fucking bird, he's really an undependable. Gets here, it's all flipped around. And
Oh, yeah. Mixed not the way you
much
want it.
to carry, There's his wingspan, off balance.
Now, one of the conversations I've had with people about the potential for new industries in these uncertain, strange times we live in, Falcon food delivery, I think, has a little
it's
potential.
the way to go. I'm all
Where do I
natural.
invest?
Yeah.
It's like
Well,
a
Pence.
drone.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, Pence has a manufacturing concern. You're going to have to create us baskets that can be gripped by their talons.
It's possible. Maybe we could work something out. The problem is his company is out in bird hunting country, and I'm afraid, there'd be the people be coming into work and saying, "Hey, boss, look what I got."
Oh God, yeah. That's our prototype. That's our prototype.
Yep. We won't be able to test anything. They'll all get popped out of the air.
This drone looks just like a bird.
Yeah, fucking Hillsborough. I mean, it's not really the kind of community where you have to pick buckshot out of every meal.
Depends on the time.
Or which corner of the community you're in.
Plenty of buckshot, if that's what you're.
He's talking about a place who's most famous for a terrible country singer shooting another man in the head with a .22 over mock turtle soup.
And it bounced off his skull.
Yeah.
Left a hole in the ceiling.
It was only a .22.
Yep.
Well, 22 is essentially a knife.
I was in there.
Isn't a .22 like the weapon of choice for like mafia type hitmen? Isn't that what professionals use to kill with?
No, you clearly haven't seen Miller's Crossing because it's a .22, Leo. It's a pop gun. It's a woman's gun.
I've been reading a lot of spy novels though, and they're all about the .22. It's small, and you just have to know where to shoot.
Well, it's a knife. Yeah, if you put it right up against someone's throat, it's every bit as lethal as. I'm sorry, Wes. Are you making some kind of legal disclaimer over there?
No, I was agreeing with you. It's it's as lethal when placed very, very precisely, I guess.
Yeah. Eye socket, throat.
Yeah. I guess that's why I started it with professional use. You don't want an amateur holding the gun like that, shooting a .22. Or I do. If they're shooting at me, I do.
Right.
But,
right.
That's what you hope for, yeah.
I like the fact that you've inferred. I like the fact that you've inferred that side style means amateur.
It does. It does.
Okay.
I learned that from Randy years ago.
Did you years ago? It wasn't when you fired that 40. It wasn't when you fired that 45 side style and broke your elbow on a tree.
Yeah.
Back, broke my nose.
Randy, have you ever seen Miller's Crossing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure.
It's a
you give
early
it
Coen,
an hat.
Isn't it an early Coen Brothers movie?
It is third Coen Brothers film. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while. I don't go back to that. I don't like gangster movies. For some reason, gangster movies and war movies upset me at some level that makes me uncomfortable. And
like a visceral level where it's just like awkward and unpleasant.
I don't like it.
I understand that. My mother was that way.
I mean, I'll watch horror movies and whatever. It doesn't bother me at all. But there's something about a gangster movie or a war movie that just flips me out.
Yeah, my mother was war movies specifically, but she hated the Godfather movies because she hated Marlon Brando.
Yeah, all understandable.
I'm like, he's only in the first one. She's like, I don't care.
Doesn't matter. His stink permeates the whole.
That's
scene.
right.
Although I have seen The Godfather. I do like The Godfather. But,
have you ever seen a few years back? It was some anniversary for, I think it was the second one. And there was a version that was shown on cable and released as a DVD that took, because the second film was a lot of flashbacks to Don Corleone's early days,
right?
And they took both films and they just made the whole thing chronological.
I do remember.
I did see that.
Yeah, and it was miserable. It just,
I'm sure. Yeah.
Because it wasn't designed to be done that way. So there were these like huge stretches of like just kind of exposition, and then it would be a burst of something, and
I think it had some footage that hadn't been in either film.
Yeah.
If I recall. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, this is kind of off base, but I was just reading this book called The Dead Man's Brother by an author that I really like named Roger Zelazny, who's a science fiction writer.
Right.
And he's been dead since 1995, but they discovered a novel that he had finished and shopped, but never got picked up. And it's not science fiction. It's like a international intrigue espionage thriller.
The Dead Man's Brother.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got it because I'm a fan, and I've had it forever, and I was bored, and I finally got around to reading it. And man, it's really good. And I'm up to like page 571, and it's getting to the point where it's like, and that's when I discovered that Maria doused in blood, blah, blah. And I'm like, wait a minute, what just happened? And then I hit my Kindle and popped it up, and it jumps from page 151 to 163. And then there's like 10 more pages, and the book is done. I read this whole fucking book, and it's missing like the key thing that like ties it all together and makes it all happen. Who do I complain to? Who do I call?
Was it probably Pirate Bay, I would guess.
No, I wish. No, I bought it on Amazon. Jesus Christ. I'm so pissed.
Yeah, understandably.
So wait, a 500-page book was missing 9 pages in the first third, and it ruined the whole thing?
In the critical
the very last, winding down to the end, he's escaping through the jungle with his briefcase, with these documents, and catches up with one of the bad guys, and he wounds him, and he's questioning him and watching him die, and the guy's like, why don't you kill me? And he's like, I'm watching you die. And I want to know, and then it jumps right into
Maria doused in blood.
Yeah, and then it jumps right to, well, that's a successful conclusion to this case, Dr. Zabowski or whatever. Wait. No, I was like
all right.
Who do I complain to?
Well, I mean, you've complained to us. We're going to accept your complaint and recommend that you.
I enjoyed the book. I would recommend it. Just know going in that it's kind of like that.
Try download
Robert Rodriguez part of the Grindhouse movie where, they purposefully cut like the reel, where it's like they're coming up to the climax and then all of a sudden it like jumps and it's like at the climax and you don't see him kill all the monsters and stuff.
Right.
It goes back.
I looked at it like that, like they did it on purpose or something.
Maybe try downloading it again. I mean, I think you probably, since you paid for it, you have the ability to.
Yeah, I mean, I think I bought it 2 or 3 years ago, and I just now got around to reading it,
Yeah, I don't know.
So maybe I will download it again. Maybe they fixed it.
There's a corrupt file somewhere.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, it was a bummer.
Or maybe you just weren't informed that it's one of these write your owns.
Yeah.
And you just missed the marker where you were supposed to fill in what you wanted.
You're probably right.
Maria's doused in blood.
Yes.
I mean, I'm intrigued. I'm usually not roped in easily, but Maria doused in blood and the jungle and the files all together sounds to me like a convoluted mess.
I've never had that happen before.
Maria's never been doused in blood.
Of that.
Pardon me?
Dead Man's Brother?
Dead Man's Brother.
And what's the author's name again?
Roger Zelazny.
Now, is there a science fiction book that I may have, because I kind of...
he won awards for like 9, his famous magnum opus is a 9 or 10 book series called the Amber series that takes place in some other realm
you've mentioned
where
that
Earth is just a shadow of the one true world, which is Amber. But he wrote Lord of Light and some other stuff that I'll forget. He was the author who, they made a movie about how they got some Canadians out of Iran or something under the premise that they were filming.
Yeah. That's the Ben Affleck Academy Award movie.
Right. Well, in reality,
what's it called?
I don't know, but in reality, the book that they were fake filming was a Roger Zelazny adaptation of, I think, Lords of Light.
Right on.
Yeah.
So it was, okay. So they actually had some basis to work with the plot and the adaptation and all that.
Right.
And it was all legit.
Hopefully they paid him. It was like a spec job. They were like, "Yeah, we're going to pay you. We have rights to this book." Hopefully he got paid for it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how accurate any of it was, but it was a good film. I was impressed because I don't know about you guys, but Ben Affleck's never been somebody I've been like, "Wow, what an amazing genius." But apparently he wrote and directed that film. Argo.
Argo. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
One word. What is it?
Argo.
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 Ergo. All right. We had to go there sooner or later. So what do you guys think? What's going to happen? Pence, I asked you this 6 weeks ago, and you were like, I don't know.
Yeah, still, I have gained no wisdom in the last 7 weeks.
I wonder who
Nor
has.
any insight into anything.
Nobody has.
Yeah, I mean,
the smart ass in me, the total horrible human being that I try and keep pushed down.
That's the part we love the most, though.
I know. It's sad. Because the other part is dull as fuck.
I don't know. No, let's take it. It's not dull as fuck, but there's, when you reach a point where you know what to expect.
Yeah. Part of me wants everyone who's like running to the Olive Garden without a face mask and crowding in on people to fucking
die.
get sick and die.
Yeah.
But that's terrible, and I don't really want that because
it is.
Someone I know will know someone who knows someone.
Right. I mean, are we all already in that place where we all know someone who's been directly affected?
Yeah, but it's a few steps removed. It's not as close as I would have expected by now. I mean, I do know some people, but
that's
it's
a good thing.
Abstract, really. It's just a couple of steps down the line.
Yeah, the abstract's the tough part about it. It really is. And I'm with Randy. I'm with you. I feel terrible for wishing it, but I feel like things have been rushed to such a degree that part of me wants kind of the same thing. I don't want a lot of death, but I almost want there to be an explosion just so I can be like, see, it's not.
You want John?
Like if they all just got really embarrassingly explosive diarrhea,
right?
Uncontrollable, all at the same time.
Untimely, explosive.
Oh, you must be a Republican. You've shit your pants.
Oh shit.
There's something I've been curious, and I'll ask both of you guys this. I was at Kroger the other day and had a mask on, which I thought was my civic duty and perfectly thing to do.
Or even if not your civic duty, at least a sense of personal responsibility to yourself and your loved ones, whatever.
Right. And I didn't think twice, wouldn't have really thought of not doing it. And in the prior trips, maybe it wasn't as crowded and maybe more people were wearing masks a week or two ago. This particular time, I guess, Memorial Day weekend was coming up. A lot of people were out. Almost too many people were out. Things seemed almost maybe
normal
in general.
You're right.
And I get to Kroger, and it's easily 50-50, masks, no masks.
Yeah.
I might have been in a slim minority.
Right.
But what I was questioning was whether I was imagining this or if, in fact, the people that were, just shamelessly maskless were, I was seeing them like looking at me disdainfully with their MAGA hats. And I was imagining them as being, spiteful and angry.
It's funny that you bring this up because literally 2 days ago, Sunday morning, Christina and I have gotten in the habit of getting up really early on Sundays, and that's when we go to the grocery store. And part of it is there's hardly anybody there. Part of it is you can get everything you fucking want.
Yeah.
And I had a very similar experience. My Kroger's up here, Hyde Park, as you might imagine. And Randy, I suspect you probably go there occasionally too.
I go to Newport.
Oh, smart.
Yeah,
smart.
Newport proud, bitch.
Yeah.
Anyway. So the thing about my Kroger's is that it seems pretty high percentage responsible, whatever. I have seen the guy roll out from behind the meat counter with his mask below his chin. I've seen it.
The butcher?
Yeah.
The guy who's preparing
yeah.
it? Ooh,
yeah. I buy the prepackaged stuff and I figure I'm cooking the fuck out of it anyway. But Sunday morning, and again, Sunday morning, not a lot of people. But the people that I saw, and I was regaling Driscoll with this tale earlier. But I'm going down an aisle, and Christina's one of those. We have to go down every aisle. And I'm going down an aisle, and a guy comes around the corner to the other end, and we've got our masks on. Christina's wearing gloves. I mean, actually, I don't think she was Sunday, but this guy comes around the corner, and doesn't have a mask on. Got a t-shirt, got some fucking cargo pants and some he's got cargo shorts on, white socks and brown Doc Martens. And he comes around the corner with his basket, and the only way I can describe his face is defiance. You know,
Yeah,
he's
I've
it's
seen
like
some of that. Yeah.
he's like, and you know, and I, you know, maybe it's just the set of the guy's face or something, or maybe it's me self-conscious or whatever the case might be. But the first impression I got was this guy's daring somebody to say something.
Right. Exactly.
And the greatest thing is that 2 aisles later, a different guy, but essentially in almost all respects the same guy, comes around the corner with his basket and the defiant thing. And I get that a lot. And I don't think it's disdain for us wearing the mask, or maybe it is, but it's just like, I don't know. It's like, I don't need it.
Right.
I don't know why you do. And it's just like,
and you could apply it to so many things, like, you know, the guy in the parking lot who's got the sticker, you know, the particular bumper stickers or whatever, in that environment where this guy's got one on, this guy doesn't. You just wonder how much they're trying to throw attitude with their choice or not. Maybe they're minding their own business and, you know, literally unfazed, unworried about it. You know, good for them.
This is
fuck them. I don't know.
I don't know either. See, that's the thing, is I don't know either. But this is one of the things. Like these
for you and fuck you.
Right. You know, because at the same time, it's just like, you know, it's not just you. And that's the thing that I can't fathom people don't get. But anyway, this is the most interesting aspect of things right now. This is the kind of shit I want to talk to people about, because, you know, I understand the whole, like, the economy's fucked and we got to do this and we got to do that and the other thing too. But I really don't understand this thought process that's like this rights infringed thing. I just, you know, I don't get it. You know, I'll wear my seatbelt. You know, I won't carry my fucking Glock into the bar. You know, I mean, there's so many things that are much more legitimate, like freedom things.
Right.
Wearing a mask.
They've tried to tie it inexplicably to the Second Amendment thing, which
tried successfully tied this to my rights.
Thank you. Yeah, to that, and so it's sort of one and the same, which is kind of ironic, because you could say that it's, you know, they're weaponizing their mouths as they do their guns, I guess. That would be kind of a shitty figurative.
Yeah, choice. Right.
But, you know.
Don't worry, man. I'll intersperse some, like, blowjob porn here. So, you know, whatever. You know, we'll put whatever in here. But but the thing is I don't get it. You know, I mean, the discourse in this country is so bad right now, and the disconnect between the two camps it's so wide right now, and I can't wrap my head around it. I can't wrap my head around this just, like, narrow-minded, selfish thought process thing that doesn't let any rational conversation get in. I don't get it. I don't understand, and I don't know what we can do about it, because it's like the road to fucking ruin, and we can't get off it.
But I think people on both sides feel the same way about it, which is the most, you know,
even more perplexing, right? It's just like, I've talked to people who are like lifelong Republicans, are like, shit, we gotta fucking cross the aisle, we're never gonna get anything done, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, right? You know, and I don't know, you know, and then I don't know where to go from there. What do you got, Guru Hermit on the Hill?
Well, he does. I'm gonna get a refill.
Do that. We got a minute, Pence. We got a minute. Randy, roll. You got a minute. No West.
To solve all the.
You're closing the show.
Oh Christ. Yeah. I shop at the Kroger's over there in Newport, and
the big one.
Yeah, and
it's nice.
Yeah, but I was there a few days ago, and I had on a mask, and I was one of the only ones. I stop at other I work over in Erlanger.
Right.
And
thanks, Pence.
Nobody wears masks.
At the Kroger, like employees, anybody, nobody.
Job. The employees.
Oh, your job. Okay.
Just the shoppers. Oh, and up at our job, no one. And at the little gas station carryout, no one. I stop at the Speedway to buy these stupid cigarettes.
And scratch offs.
I don't play the poor people.
We're gonna get cut off. Fuck, we're gonna get cut off. Will you guys? No, not Will you guys do this again?
I've got the cure for the virus.
I know. There's no doubt in my mind.
Just give me 10 minutes. I can solve this whole thing.
It's not even the cure for the